没有，我也 Yeah.
Okay, my wonderful students, Stanley, in California, are going to give us a lecture about ancient Roman history. It's about a great defeat of the Roman army in the deep forests of Germania and its implication for world history. Now the floor is yours, Stanley. Enlighten.
So today I'll be talking about the Teutoburg Forest and its implications and the responses and impacts it had on the region. So the Roman Empire had been expanding into Germania for quite some time. Led by the future empress Tiberius, Tiberius is a slow and methodical commander. And under him, they had spent years slowly moving into Germania and integrating it as a province beyond the Rhine. During this time, Rome crushed a number of Germanic armies and integrated many Germanic nobilities and tribal chieftains into the Romans' army service. Among them is a guy called Artemis. Yeah, Artemis. And he would learn a lot in the Roman army and learn about how they function and how future he could defeat them. So in the lead up to the However, Rome has already been severely weakened. Years previously, there had been a great Illyrian revolt in which Rome saw the largest concentration of forces ever in its history. And during this war, there was a close instance where entire Roman army was almost wiped out. So what happened was there was an ambush in the forest, and the Illyrians managed to surround the Romans in a camp from all sides. In the deep forest cut out from supply. This managed to almost work, but the Roman fortifications and the flat ground and the high ground the Romans were camped on give the Romans the final edge, leading to the defeat of the Illyrians. However, Arminius saw how he could improve this, and taking note, he would perfect this technique of ambush on Romans. So looking back to Germania, Roman conquest in the region had been largely successful. They have managed to create a province and tax money was pouring into the imperial coffers. However, as Trajan was recalled to fight the Great Illyrian Revolt, Varus would be appointed commander of the region, of the province. Varus is a very competent manager of the region. He's great at dealing with conflicts, administration, and tax collection. However, on war, he is a highly incompetent general. So, even though Rome had conquered the region, there were still a bunch of tribal revolts going on in the region. And Rome had to fight them using auxiliaries provided by the Germanic tribes. During about the winter of 11 AD, 9 AD, Varus was about to head back to the winter quarters. Then he received a message from one of the Germanic tribes talking about how there was a rebellion in the north of Germany and how they had to suppress the rebellion. So he set off with a bunch of Germanic auxiliaries. However, these auxiliaries would leave midway, saying that they had rebellions in their tribal heartlands, led by Arminius. Okay, these Germanic auxiliaries would ride off and would not be seen by the Romans until the battle. So the Roman army was consisted of 3 legions, about 30,000 people because of auxiliaries, and they were marching around a narrow road to help the northern Germanic tribes. However, the message that this Germanic tribe was under attack was entirely fabricated, was aimed to lure the Romans into a narrow path along northern Germany. In the region of northern Germany, there are a lot of forests and swamps, and the Romans, being best at fighting open field battles, will have all their advantages stripped away. Their ability to construct forts will be further diminished by the fact that in the tight forest, they can't really have enough time to cut down the forest and build a fort. So Varus and his legions was marching through the Teutoburg forest until the forest started to talk German. Uh, Arminius and his armies would surround and attack the Roman legions, finishing off the auxiliaries and the supply train first before cutting off detachments of the center column of the army. And finally, they would surround Varus and his remaining forces near a fort of the legion and killed all of them. This battle proved to be a major disaster for Romans, as the entire province would be swiftly conquered by the Germanic tribes, and Rome would never expand into Germany ever again. Furthermore, it exacerbated the military situation of Rome farther. It had just lost a bunch of legions in the Illyrian revolt, and now with this disaster, it had no more legions to defend its northern frontiers and eastern frontiers. It was said that the defeat was so bad that the emperor at the time, Augustus or Octavian, repeatedly bashed his head against the walls of his chambers, saying, "Varus, give me back my legions." But this battle will have further consequences, as it will prompt Rome into a fierce retaliation for revenge against the Germanic tribes, in which they will spend a lot of money and army in 3 subsequent wars against Germany, finally culminating in the breaking of tribal power in the region, breaking up their union and reducing them to feudal tribes again. Furthermore, this battle left a lot of implications on nationalism in the 19th century, as it became a beacon of German national independence as the tribes would find their own independence, as well as triumph against a stronger imperial power. Yeah, 好了，结束了。
Congratulations. That's a very good presentation. You connected the ancient Roman history with the modern German nationalism. All the way connect with Hitler's Nazi Germany, right? Okay, where the German spirit came from, where the German nationalism rooted in the Roman Empire time. Okay, 非常好 ，Stanley，我给你很短的准备时间，你就做了一个非常有逻辑性的一个 presentation。所以说呢，如果你去 interview 这些历史学者 ，OK，你也可以跟他们有很好的对话。好，不错不错。